Ladies and gentlemen, we have in this corner standing from Akron, Ohio, the undisputed, undefeated. Not the little one, yeah. Cause it ain't his face, he wanna Baddies. Said bad bitch, point her out. Where she at? Baddies. Point her out. Where she at? Point her out. There she goes. Said bad bitch, point her out. Where she at? Point her out. Where she at? Point her out. There she goes. Point her out. Where she at? Point her out. Point her out. Where she at? Point her out. There she goes.
All right, what is going on, entertainers? So time comes out with another video. And y'all, I was gonna get on camera for this, but nah. This Baddies Gone Wild episode, it's just not giving. Like, I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. I feel like it was just too many just face for no reason. And not only that, to me, they're very inorganic because Lauren, Baby Tyson, why y'all squabbling down to the ground, but then y'all giggling at each other? Like at this point, y'all are literally playing in y'all face. And some of the viewers, y'all so dumb, y'all don't even see it. It's like not even funny. I'm like, oh my God. Like they like dead ass giggling after beating each other to the ground, snatch each other wigs off, and then y'all believing it. Y'all like, ooh. Like, I don't know. If this season continue like this, y'all go F around and not get no more recaps. I ain't gonna cap with you. Like the fact that y'all made Bad Boys actually look pretty good, especially with this last episode, is so pathetic. Like, I'm sorry. So this episode starts off with them kind of introducing the girls, but of course they start off with like a little opening fight. Like they're really pushing it this season, the levels they're going to. So we see the opening fight. It looks like Baby Tyson and Lauren end up making up because she's cheering for her. Like it seemed like she was on her side. And the next thing you know, the girlies start throwing plates. Child, Lauren gets cut on the leg. She's getting medical help. The medical help people low key about to get thumped. People dunking plates, all that stuff. So the opening fight, it did give BGC vibes, so I wasn't too much mad at it, to be honest. So then we get to the actual show, and of course, we're on the bus. Y'all know how I feel about the bus. I don't get why they make them come on a bus. Like it's so annoying. Like, I feel like the fans complain about it every season, and it's like they don't care. They just do not care, and it just don't make sense. Like, why are they coming on a bus? Why? Why? Why can't y'all just drop them off at the house? They run in like they're doing BGC. Like I just feel like it won't be that hard. And not only that, it's more entertaining too because you could kind of see the girls licking each other up and down. That's what made BGC so like interesting. So like when the girls will come in the house, they'll be judging each other, be like, "Oh, she's fat," or like, "Ugh, look at her, she's not even that cute," or where they're looking at each other's pictures before they arrive. They talk crap about each other. Like that in itself is already beef for the reunion because they talking crap about each other pictures and how they look before they even come up in the house. Like little things like that is like the little nuances that Zeus I feel like will never get right. Yeah, I ain't even on no hate ish. I'm just keeping it a buck. You feel me? Because the person they do have coming in to the mansion, slow mo, is freaking Natalie. I'm like, y'all doing it backwards. Y'all should have had the girls coming in and checking out the house. Not no damn Natalie. What the heck? We see Natalie enough. No shade. Like we know it's your show, Natalie girl. Like just like little stuff like that just irritates me when I see it. Like, why are we having her walking in slow mo like that? You feel me? Like she about to be Big Mama Dawn host of the season or something like that. It just is so irritating to watch. It is. Okay. Now, I will say I like the fact that they had the pictures on the wall, even though they were not big, but they did have the pictures on the wall. So that in itself was nice. The house was beautiful. Like the house is huge, 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 huge. The house was super, super, super nice, which I liked. First girl we have introduced is Marie Minks. Okay, that is the BBW of the house. All right, for clarification purposes, we are going to bring up the cast. So that way you guys are familiar with it since it is a newer show. Okay, Maria Mix, you guys, is the one that y'all see on the very bottom. She's the BBW of it all. She reminds me of a Red, but more hood, more ghetto. Okay, and it gives Daisy, she's reheating the hell out of her nachos extra hard. Okay, at this point, She frying the nachos, okay? Because Marie Mix no shade look like you eat fried nachos. She said she's a BBW, she proud of it. And if she were to ever get rich, she wouldn't even get surgery to get a tummy tuck. Because she said the niggas like the big belly. They taste the big belly. They gonna lick the big belly. So she said she would never go and get no surge done. Okay. Next we have Sam, aka Crystal. She remind me of Crystal from Now That TV. She looks like her, talks a little bit like her. She's very excited to be there. She says she's gonna be the prettiest one there, and she is the prettiest one there. I will say, let me pop out. I see what you're doing this season. Y'all getting these little light, bright Hispanics so y'all can freak on them. I said, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them, you can tell are very naive. There are some of the girls you could tell are very naive. They're the type of girls to get tricked like into doing anything and a lot of things. So yeah, I see what's going on here. And, and y'all, she Dominican. Okay, I'm Dominican. She is Dominican. Okay, and she says she never been to Dominican Republic, even though she is Dominican. Okay, and next we have Alana. Okay, Alana makes it clear that she anything could get you hit. You step too close, she hits you. You split and sneeze near her, she hits you. You bump into her, she gonna hit you. You feel me? You say God bless you, you might get hit. Okay, like I was like, okay, girl, like we get the point. They show a little bit of her like weight training or whatever. She reminds me of somebody from BGC. I just can't remember and put my hands on it to be honest. But that's the next girl that ends up getting introduced. Okay, she says she's not afraid to put BTA. All right, next we have Nas. Okay, my name is Nas, and I am your first European baddie. Okay, and I'm not white. Okay, my skin color may be pale, but when I get a tan, I'm black or Asian. Can't you tell? I'm white. I'm not white. I'm sorry, I'm not white. Okay, I'm a little bit of everything, but I'm not white. Okay, I want to be on the show because I hope the clout will make me rich and famous. I said, ooh, she has wishful thinking, doesn't she? Listen, she's a pretty girl. This season got a lot of pretty girls. It has a lot of pretty girls, but rich and famous, I don't know about all that. Like maybe baddies, you'd have a way of a higher chance than going wild. No shade, okay? I ain't gonna lie to you, but she's a very, very pretty girl. Like she give me like Shaw's of Sunset. You know what I'm saying? Like Vanderpump Rules, like that type of aesthetic. That's how pretty she is. She really is. Like Love Island, those type of vibes. Next, we have Cut K. Move over, Gutta K. We got Cut K with a K. Okay, aka Kirsten. How do you get a nickname like that? You go from Kirsten to Cut K. Whatever happened to Kiki? Okay, she said she was a zero tolerance program for disrespect, y'all, and she not playing around with you, girl. Lies. Okay, she said anybody could get the belt, and she not scared of a thing. Once again, very gorgeous. Like the girls this season, I just can't stop saying it. They really are pretty. Like even like I'm telling you, like all the girls are pretty. It don't matter the BBWs, the skinny ones, like they're all pretty to me, like in the face. Nobody's like botched up to the max. Maybe one that I can't pinpoint right now when we get to it. But for the most part, all them are gorgeous as hell. Okay. Next, we end up having Leandria. Okay. And not the gospel singer, the mule. Okay. The drug mule. Leandria, you guys said that don't let anybody stop you from achieving your dreams. You too could become from a drug mule to a baddie. I know that's right. You better chase your dreams. I don't know why she keeps telling this story. Like we've heard it a million times before, all over the gram and all that. I know it's the first episode, so of course they have to refresh this about it. But it's like, girl, you might want to not confirm your crimes that you're doing on camera because it could be used against you in the future. I would just say this is all alleged. This is what I was accused of. I never did it. I don't know such a thing. You feel me? It was all a setup. Like it's no shade. Yeah, I'd be unalive before y'all ever catch me on camera just admitting the crimes. That's insane work. Next we have Dava. Now Dava, you from my neck of the woods, so you better not disappoint mamas, okay? She is our first Jamaican, well, not our first, but a Jamaican baddie, okay? And she says that anytime somebody touches her, she'll turn into a demon or whatever. I remember her audition because she beat up that girl, that huge, that monstrous girl. Oh my god, okay? Who's on this season? We're gonna get to her in a little bit. So she had a lot to live up to. Next up, we got Lauren. If y'all don't know, she comes from Not As TV. So you know, a lot of us are familiar with who she is. She is a scrapper. Okay, anybody that knows Lauren, she's a scrapper. Okay, she's not afraid to scrap. Never been afraid to scrap. All right. I just know she deals with a lot of hate though, because she comes from Atlanta, and we all know how Atlanta gets. And it's like, imagine her being on these shows and stuff. The jealousy that she gets, especially her being a stripper. I couldn't even imagine, girl. Anyways, we meet Becky Linden. Okay, Becky Linden, you guys, is one of our thicker girls this season, and once again, very beautiful in the face. Okay, very beautiful. Okay, very very beautiful. Next, we have somebody who reminds me of a hood ass Lotto. Okay, if Lotto really grew up from the hood, okay, it would be Maloney. Okay, Maloney gives me like Lotto from the hood, and she give me a little bit of Lotto mixed with Lexi Glow. Ain't that her name? Child, forgot her name. The one from the cabaret, not Lexi Blow. The other Lexi, the light skinned one. Cabaret been off so long forgetting these girlies' names. But no, the other Lexi. Sure reminds me of the other Lexi, the one that Chinks be beefing with. All right, so next we have Lulu. She's from Dominican Republic. Of course, Biggie gave her ticket because fellow Dominican, another Dominican gonna have a back. Then we have G Baby. Now this the girl that people kept saying the pepper one in and all that. Okay, that's the only one that I feel like, I'm not saying she botched in the face, but like now I can see why Scotty was shading her. But Scotty, she's still not a fugly girl. You get what I'm saying? That's the girl Scotty was shading y'all because people were saying that the pepper wanted her so bad and all that type stuff or whatever. But yeah, it was a little gremlinish. It was a little gremlinish. Okay, next we have Baby Tyson. Now, Baby Tyson, Big Debbie Cakes is another castmate. If y'all don't know, that's the honorary replacement. As soon as somebody get kicked out the house, her booty gonna move in. Baby Tyson, y'all, literally will fight like Rolly if she would have to. That's one thing I always respect about her. She doesn't care about size or anything like that. Like she doesn't let that intimidate her, and she really sometimes be winning because there was one round y'all, if y'all don't know, y'all, that the girlies that don't watch that TV, she watched. I mean, she squabbled Big Ivory. And y'all know that's not no easy feat. She squabbled Big Ivory, y'all, and she won that first round. At least she did win. Next, we have Mimi Love. I like the quote she said. She said she's not a girl's girl. She's a bitch. I said I like that. That was cute. That was real cute. You need to make that into a shirt, babe. After she do her intro, thinking she cute, Milani said, "Ain't you the same Mimi Love who was jumping at me at the auditions? Oh, I'm gonna get you." They start squabbling on the bus. They tussling all over. Security at this point is stressed the hell out because the security trying to break it up. They trying to break it up and all that. And she like, man, F you. Like, I don't even know you like that. Like, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Because a lot of these beefs, y'all, they start stemming from these auditions. That's why I'm not too big of a fan of these auditions because they carry so over into the show, which once again, like, it makes it a little bit like inorganic, in my opinion. Okay. Mimi Love looks like a grown version of Lilo and Stitch. Like, if Lilo became a bad bee, she would be Mimi Love. Y'all see the correlation? Mimi Love, Lilo, Stitch. Lilo, love, Mimi Lilo, love. I'm telling y'all, that's the grown version of Lilo. Straight up. She looks just like her in them confessionals. So she has the long straight hair. They go for like a second round. That damn freaking Melani, she turns into uh orange. She turns into a tangerine, red. I mean orange. Okay? She turns Loki into a cherry, another color, right? That second round though, she ended up getting Mimi Love so bad to the point where Mimi Love looked like she was tugging with her own body to be able to keep in place. Like it was pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty bad. Not gonna lie. And then next thing you know, Lauren ends up bringing the fat baby Tyson in his mace. So for the girls that don't know, on Now That's TV, they brought baby Tyson and another girl to squabble Lauren and her friend. Now, baby Tyson came with the other girl, and apparently the host of that show had ordered mace off of DoorDash. So she was planning on using it on another girl. This is what she claims. So as she's opening the mace, I guess it busted. So they both helped clean up the mace and ended up getting it in their hands. So then when they were sent down to squabble Lauren and said friend, they ended up fighting with mace in their hands, would then burn Lauren's face into an abyss and had her feeling like a bag of hot Cheetos and fries. So she was very upset, and that is why she ended up squabbling down the way that she did. For the girls that don't know, just a backstory. They didn't include all of that in there because it has to do with not a CV. I don't know why. If y'all gonna cast their cast members, omitting all of that information, even though she said it, she didn't go into detail about it. Yeah, that's basically what happened, y'all. So she ended up squabbling down um Tyson, which once again, their beef irritates me because you could tell they don't really have beef like that. They just fighting the fight for the show. Like it's really annoying at this point. Like, come on now. Y'all fighting the fight. Y'all literally are fighting the fight. Like it's kind of pathetic when you look at it, to be honest, because it's like y'all don't really have a actual real beef. Y'all just doing it just cause for like storyline and just cause like for the show. So on the other bus, they're like, who else got beef on anybody have beef on this cast on the bus? Child, that Minx, which we get introduced to Minx, y'all. She ends up sawing Dava so hard and said, boop, boop, boop. Dava, I ain't gonna lie, even though she said, you say you made peace with her, child, this is Zeus. You can't trust none of these people. I'm learning that. That's like just because I interview you, I'm not ever gonna get friendly. Now I learned my lesson when it comes to these loose people. You can't be friends or friendly with them. They're weird as hell. It's no shade. Like some of them cool, don't get me wrong, but like, baby, ugh, you gotta keep a far distance, mamas. Cause so baby Tyson and Lauren end up fighting about like 3, 4 good times, y'all. Like 3, 4 good times. It just would not stop. Like I was so over it. So on another bus, Leandria, they asked her, they said, hey, somebody was saying somebody Punani stank or whatever. Like who Punani stank? Now I will say Lauren comes from the other network. I have never heard that rumor about her on the other network that her Punani stink. So I don't know if they're lying on her just because they know that she's coming in with like a fan base or a name or what, or maybe it did stink. But if it did stink, it wouldn't shock me. And the reason why is because y'all gotta understand, a lot of these girls they squabbling down in the middle of the heat. Dominican Republic is very hot, so you know if there's a little perspiration down there, there's a little perspiration down there. So I wouldn't put it past them or put it past her that her punan smells, a little rank, a little dank. Okay, I just wouldn't put it past her. So they get to the house, and the moment they get off the bus, they squabbling right in front of the house. That's the stuff that gets on my nerves. Mimi fighting, she's fighting Alana, and Alana is tearing her out the frame, girl, because she's jumped into one of her fights and like took her wig off. When I tell y'all, she was socking her left or right, something nasty. I was feeling bad for her. I'm like, oh my god, just socking her, just poop, beat, beat, left, right, center, just socking her, socking her, socking her. So then we end up seeing Minx fighting Dava. Dava at this point is leaking. Her nose is like leaking blood all freaking over. Tyson, of course, is fighting Lauren, per usual. There's blood everywhere. Okay, Nally's like, oh, Nally comes out. Here comes Nally. Oh my God. What's going on? What? Who'd you fight? You don't even know her name? What? Oh my god. One of the girls tried to get like some alcohol or something else on the floor. And now he's like, no, don't drink it. There's blood like everywhere. And I'm like, this is like at this point, this is gore. Y'all need to just title this Baddies Gone Gore. Literally. Can we make that a Halloween special, bitch? Baddies Gone Gore. Because at this point, that's what it's starting to be. From Amber in the corner leaking as if her life is on the line. So these baddies gone wild girls, it's baddies gone gore, okay? And that's why I'm pivoting my damn content because it's too much. It's too much, okay? So now he's like, oh, we're gonna have to establish a house leader. And of course, there's rules, there's a confessional room, and there's a phone room, okay? But you will be recorded. So yeah. So let's enter in the house. Baddie shot a clock. They all kind of run in or whatever. They go by like this little bar, and everybody got a red cup in, and there's like a big ass infinity pool. And Allie's just like, there's a huge pool. Who's gonna be a baddie and hop in there? So of course, some of the girls, they hop in there, Tata's all out, for all the producers to see. Mm. All right, I'm saying they shaking Punan, all that. The cameraman's getting a little hard. Per usual, the regular. Okay, so now it's time for room picking, right? So of course, all of the girls with their rooms and stuff, they have like names on the rooms. So Minx decides to take it upon herself, and she decides to take Mimi's Love's name from her room and took it out because she said Mimi Loves was leaking and she didn't want that near her or something like that. She didn't want them problems. I really feel like it's because she saw that she couldn't fight. So she didn't want nobody that's like a weak person fighting wise in her room. That's what it gave. I don't know why she didn't just say that. Like she wanted only heavy hitters with her. And she wanted also somebody she could control. That's why she had that other girl in her room that go by the name of Nas. That's why I feel like she had the Nas girl sitting up in there because she knew that the Nas girl, wasn't finna really do much, but she could kind of control her and be her around. So that's what it gave to me, right? So all the girls started looking for their rooms and stuff. That's when Mimi Love's like, "Where's my room? Where's my room? Where my room at?" So she goes into Mink's room and stuff. They're like, "Yeah, we took your name and like you're not in our room no more. Like you just not in our room. So like, what you gonna do about it? You're not in our room." To be honest, the room thing was getting on my nerves because like I feel like it's not that big of a deal. And the reason why I say this is because I do see that Marie Mix is a bully. But do I think she was bullying Mimi? No. Bullying Mimi would have been whooping on her, find her like they doing Noel. They bullying Noel, no shade. Like that's bullying. Like they make him fight, they pushing him around, they talking about the grandpa, like that's bullying. But what they did to Mimi, that's typical bad girl BGC stuff where they move names around or they put they draw your picture, write names on your picture like that is like that's little mean girl stuff. You feel me? So I don't feel like that was like bullying because at the day she still had a bed. The girl just couldn't find it. Her dumb ass walking around looking stupid. Anyways, so after that happens, the girls will still walk outside. Dava was pissed. So Dava was like, I liked you. I liked you, Nas, but you're a dummy. She started cussing her out and stuff. And I'm like, why y'all coming at Nas for just sitting there when Marie Minx and the the London girl sitting right there for y'all. And this is if the Becky London girl sit right there, and you got more pressure with Nas than who did it. To be honest, it gave Dava just didn't want to get into it with Mix even more, or even London. What Krishan said, just say you're scared, bro. That's what it gave. After that happens, that's all said and done or whatever. And then the girls go outside. They still trying to figure out this room situation. That's when Marie and Becky London come out, and Lauren try to confront them like, "Y'all not finna be bullying. Y'all not finna be bullying." And then she brings up this music thing. Apparently, Lauren, I didn't even know she makes music, but I guess she makes music, whatever, and then started playing it. That Marie Mix said, "Turn that off. I need to hear uh a mulatto or something like that. One of them, Manolo, right? One of the artists. She didn't want to hear that, which I don't blame her. I'm the type of person I don't like to hear unknown artists if I'm not familiar with your music. It's no shade. Like I gotta be familiar with your music to like it. Like it gotta be really good music for me to be unfamiliar with it and still would want to keep it on an aux. So was I mad at remix? Not really. I'm sorry. Okay. But one thing I respect about that Lauren, she don't take no disrespect. She start buka baka baka. Okay. And then at one point she even called her out. She said, "That's why the girls talk about your punani stink and you mad at me." I'm like, "Oh, Lauren, that's a bad rumor to have about you." But it is the DR and it's hot. Okay. This first episode, I wasn't too much impressed by it just because it was so like all over the place and just random. But let me know what y'all think down below. And we're up, babies.